all know that Italy is known for its fabulous wine and food, including a type of ice cream called gelato. Chef Barbara Mojan-Gugnoni's just returned from a trip to Italy and is here to fill us in on what she learned. Welcome back, Barbara.
Thank you.
So how was your trip, first of all?
It was fantastic.
Yeah? Where did you go?
We stayed mostly in the north, but we went as far south as the Tuscany region. So we visited about 7 cities and small towns in the areas.
Wow, what were the highlights?
Well, the gelato, because we ate gelato, and we made sure that that was the thread through our trip. We made sure we ate gelato in every place we went.
And was it better in some places versus others?
Yeah, it was different. There were different types. So some were better, some were not as good, but they were still fabulous. So.
Right. All right.
And we went to cheese producers and prosciutto factories and vineyards.
You ate your way through Italy.
We really did. Yeah.
How fun. Did you rent a car? How'd you get around?
We did. We rented a car, and oh boy, the Italians know how to drive.
Wow.
Yeah.
Sounds like an adventure.
It was.
Well, welcome home, and you're going to share with us today some gelato secrets.
I am.
Okay.
Yeah. In Italy, gelato is different than American ice cream because there is not usually cream in gelato. There's milk, but not heavy cream.
Okay.
A lot of times there's not egg, there's not a custard base, and it's kept at a very, very even temperature. It's not rock hard when it's frozen. It's not, soft serve soft. It's sort of like in the middle.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we're going to make strawberry gelato today.
And that's what you brought here?
I did, and I also brought, that's an Amaretto Strachiatella Gelato.
Ooh. And
Strachiatella means strands, so it can be applied to things like, I'm sure we've all heard of this, the soup, Stracciatella soup, which is strands of egg through chicken broth.
Ah, okay.
This is strands of chocolate through gelato.
Lovely thought.
Yeah, it really is. But we're going to make the strawberry one, which is just milk and sugar and a little teeny bit of salt that we heated up. And then if you want to pour the milk in here, that's another little bit of milk, about half of what I have in the pan.
It's all going in?
Yep.
Okay.
Pour it all in. And then we have a little bit of cornstarch here, and that's just going to help us thicken the base. Yep, all of it.
Now I noticed this, you probably bought this locally.
I did. I have a wonderful dairy farmer in Litchfield County. It's called Thorncrest Farm, and I get all my milk from there so that I have very fresh local ingredients, which to us is sort of a new movement in the United States, eating locally and farm to table. In Italy, that's just the way of life. They only do things when it's local and fresh. So as long as you have that all mixed together, nice and smooth, we're going to add it to here, so you can just whisk it in to the hot milk. And you cook it for about 4 to 8 minutes once you've whisked in that mixture. And once you see it thicken, and you see it, if you go like this on the back of a spoon, it'll leave a line, and then you'll know it's thick enough. Then you'll cool this, and you can cool it from anywhere from like 4 hours to overnight. You add some vanilla extract to it, and then we have a base here of a strawberry puree.
Now, how did you make this?
This one, I took strawberries and a little bit of sugar and lemon juice, and I cooked them down for about 20 minutes to concentrate the flavor of the strawberries, because unfortunately right now strawberries are not at the height of the season. If you were to do this in the summertime and you had the fresh, local, really ripe berries, you wouldn't have to cook it down because the flavor would be strong enough. Then you just puree it and you strain it to get the seeds out. And you'll combine both of these when this is cool. And you will get it's sort of a dark pink mixture when you combine the two. And then when it's all totally cold, you would put it in a machine like this.
Okay, what is that, Barbara?
This is a countertop ice cream machine. Now, ice cream also differs from gelato in that there's more air in ice cream. Gelato's a denser quality. There's not air whipped into it. So this will add a little bit more air than traditional gelato, but traditional gelato machines are huge and quite expensive, and most people don't want them on their countertops. So
Got it.
This is a nice way to be able to do it.
Would you say that gelato versus ice cream, one's healthier than the other? Can you get away with that?
Well, you could say gelato's a little less fattening because they don't use the heavy cream in it.
That's
so
a good
it's
point.
usually
We'll go
just
with
whole
that
milk. Yes, exactly.
All right.
So, and then once you do that, you just put it in a container, put it in your freezer. The best thing to do is to put it in as small a container as you can, so it comes out kind of close to the top of the cover. Because you don't want air in there, because then you can get ice crystals between.
Oh, we don't want those.
No, we don't want those.
All right. So let's talk about this little wonderful invention.
This wonderful thing. I picked this up in Italy. We actually had it with Parmigiano Reggiano cheese. They have you dip the cheese in this, which is basically balsamic vinegar that's been boiled down, so it's a syrup.
It's sweet too, right?
It's sweet, and it's fabulous. And you can just take this and we'll drizzle a little bit over the strawberry gelato. And strawberries and balsamic vinegar is a very traditional accompaniment of taste. But then when you put this really sweet syrup over the gelato, it's amazing.
Oh, I can't wait to try that then.
Yeah,
Let's do that at the end of the
it's
show.
gonna be
Any other highlight? Let's talk about the different flavors of gelato. Anything stand out?
Well, there was a lot of Nutella-based gelato.
Oh, isn't that great?
Yes, yes. So we tried that in about 3 different places. And also, in Italy, gelato comes from the word gelare, which means to freeze. So they also include something like an Italian lemon ice as gelato. It's not milk-based at all. It's almost what we would call a sorbet.
Got it.
But they call it gelato because it's a frozen dessert.
Oh,
Yeah,
lovely. And which was
yeah.
your favorite city, would you say?
My favorite city. I think San Gimignano. It's very touristy because everybody has found it, but it's this walled city. It's still the way it was, you know, hundreds and hundreds of years ago, and it's just absolutely beautiful. You can just wander for hours.
Oh, it sounds
Yeah,
beautiful. Well,
it
thank
is.
you for the gelato tips. We're going to dig in at the end of the show, Barbara.
Wonderful.
We'll have the recipe over at WTNH.com. All right, up next, Happiness Club founder Lionel Ketchin tells us how to use gratitude as a power tool for happiness. We'll be right back.